Yes, hello, welcome into FM21 Sports, here for the one season challenge with Schalke. If you missed the last episode, go and have a look at it. It was a pretty good one. We played against Dortmund and we also played up against Stuttgart. Two very good performances. Go and have a look at it if you haven't seen before. And if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Since we last met, we have played 2 games. You can see we're now in 5th position in the league, and the reason for that is because in our 2 most recent games, we lost 2-1 to Mainz in a game that we should have won. This man scored 2 goals against us, Steven Skurzybski. Do you remember we sold him to Mainz? Yeah, well, these only 2 scored 2 goals the full season, and both of them were against us in that game. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Stambouli had scored an early goal, but unfortunately we lost that one. Then we drew 1-1 with Wolfsburg in a game that we probably didn't deserve anything more out of. We didn't play that well, to be honest. I rotated the side slightly, put in some players who we hadn't played much. Mustafi played his first game back. We played Sarr at right back. Amarte was playing at centre back. Mark Uth was playing up front. Yeah. A 1-1 draw against Wolfsburg. That was disappointing. But it does mean that we play against the Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayer Leverkusen today, who are in 3rd and 4th, which, as you can see, is just a couple of positions above us. If we win them both, we might end up in the Champions League place again, but there's already 5 points separating us from 4th place, so we will need to do something to try and close that gap. So first of all, we're playing up against Borussia Mönchengladbach today, and this is the team we're going to go with. Farmer in goal, Sané, Stambouli and Nastasic at the back. William and Mendel at wing back, Elneny and Serdar in midfield. Hogg on the right, Vinicius Jr. on the left, and Fernandes playing up front. You can see from the goals, Vinicius Jr. has got 3, and he's actually equal top goal scorer with Nastasic. Our centre back is our joint top goal scorer at the moment. Mainly because of that fantastic set-piece technique, to be honest. So we'll see if we can maybe get our attacking player scoring a few more goals. The good news is Trincão's nearly back from injury. He's got another 2 to 4 weeks of rehabilitation to do before he's back. So hopefully for the next episode he will be here. Vasquez still out for another 2 to 3 months with his broken leg. Just noticing that Liverpool and Newcastle want Nastasic. No, you're not getting him. We're going to keep him. And who wants Serdar? Werder? No way. Serdar's staying with us. So a tough game here away to Borussia Mönchengladbach. I say they are 3rd in the division at the moment. And they are going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. They will be wearing the white. We will be wearing the blue. And let's see how we get on. Here we go, first highlight of the game. Nastasic plays it into Elneny with a free kick, and we'll see if we can recycle this play a little bit. Over to Hogg on the right hand side, switches it to Mendel, who's in acres of space, drives into the box. Will he cut it back? He swings it into Serdar, who hits it, and that's just over the bar. Looks like we've got some space out in the wide areas. If Mbolo and Thuram aren't going to track back with our wing backs, we've got a chance in behind there as the full backs have to tuck in to deal with our wide attacking players. And the game has been very, very boring. We have reached half-time. It is 0-0. The only highlight of the game was the one that you saw earlier on. We'll start the second half. Hopefully it's a bit more exciting. Only 4 shots in the game so far. Not exactly a classic. And here is a highlight played out from the back by Farmer to Stambouli, and now William. Can he go forward? Hogg with it. Plays it into Carlos Fernandes, who gets challenged, but William collects the ball. Finds Serdar, switches it to Vinicius Jr. Can he finish? Oh, it's a good challenge from the defender. And eventually the ball's cleared away by Borussia Mönchengladbach there. A good chance for Vinicius Jr. Just not got his shooting boots on, it doesn't look like. Stambouli and Nastasic play it about at the back, and eventually the ball's just pumped long. Fernandes flicks it on, and Vinicius Jr.'s in again. Can he finish this time? No, he can't. Oh, goodness me. If only Vinicius Jr. could actually finish, we would have been so much better, not only in this game, but the full season, because he's had a lot of chances and he misses a lot of them, unfortunately. We will bring Harit on for him on that left-hand side, and in midfield, we've got some players who are... Serdar's feeling aggressive, apparently, so we'll bring on Mascarell for him, and we'll also push Stambouli up into midfield, take off Elneny, and bring on Amarte at the back. Elneny got himself a yellow card, and I think he might have had so many that he's now going to be banned for the next game, if I remember rightly. 3 subs are going to be made. We'll see what happens for this last 20 minutes. We'll demand more from them. and see if they do anything. At this stage, we're going to drop down to 6th position. Gladbach have had the better of the second half, it looks like, according to the stats. They've changed the formation slightly there and went to a 3 in midfield. 3 minutes added on, and there is one last highlight in the game, it looks like. The ball passed about at the back, and eventually it goes to Hogg here, and we've got an overlap from William if he wants to use him. Instead, he finds Harit with it, and Harit, can he play the ball in, or will he shoot himself? He hits it, and it's blazed over the bar. We've had a lot less shots in Gladbach. We've not had to see Gladbach's shots in the highlights, which suggests they weren't particularly good. To be honest, neither were ours. Not a great game in terms of average ratings there, and we draw that one 0-0. I mean, Gladbach are in 3rd in the league. I suppose we can't complain too much. They are above us, but that was so many good chances for us there, especially from Vinicius Jr. He missed a couple of good chances, and we end up with a 0-0 there. A very quick, boring first game of this episode. Let's see as we move on to the second one against Leverkusen if it gets slightly more exciting. You can see we've dropped down to 6th position. There's a few teams below us who, if they win, they could push us out of the European spaces. And yes, indeed, with the results that have gone on in the rest of the league, we are now down in 8th position, out of the European places. When we play against Leverkusen, we need a win to get us back in those places. So here we are, ready for the Leverkusen game, and you can see we are one of the last games of the weekend, and we have dropped out of European contention even more, down to 9th at the moment. A win would take us back into the top 7, and we'd just be 1 point behind Leverkusen. Could be a very important match to keep us in the running here for some Champions League football, even at this early stage of the season. So it's one that we really, really want to win. As you can see, El Neni's got himself suspended after getting all those yellow cards, so we're going to have to make a little change in the team here. Let's have a look. So we're going to bring Mustafi in at the back and push Stambouli forward into midfield. Even though he's been playing well at the back, I'm sure he'll play well in midfield as well. So this is the team that we're going to go with for today's game. Farman in goal, Sane, Nastasic and Mustafi at centre-back today. William and Mendel as the wing-back, Stambouli alongside Serdar, Hogg, Vinicius Jr. and Fernandes. Hopefully Vinicius Jr. finds his shooting boots today. So the game kicks off. We are wearing our blue. Leverkusen wearing their black. They're playing 4-3-3 there. Let's see how we get on. An early highlight. Free kick for us. Sane finds Vinicius Jr. who comes in field. Plays the ball through to William. No one marking him. He gets past the first man that comes to him. He hits it in, and it's a good save from the goalkeeper. First early highlight for us there. Amiri swings this in for Leverkusen though, and Jonathan Tah at the back post heads that in. I have no idea what sort of poor defending was going on from us there. Well, nobody was marking their man, and it goes in for an easy header. Jonathan Tah, he had there's 4 defenders around him, and he was the one that got the ball somehow. Sometimes it just works like that, and we are down 1-0 unfortunately, even though we appear to be kind of dominating the game slightly. Throw in from Mendel on this left-hand side. Finds Vinicius Jr. and Stambouli, and back to Mendel. Goes down the line. Vinicius Jr. with it. Can he put the ball in the box? He can. Carlos Fernandes back to Mendel. Hits it, and Hogg! Oh, it's well saved by the goalkeeper. It says he can't believe he missed that, and I agree. I can't believe he missed that either. And we reach half-time, and we are still down 1-0 to Leverkusen here. We are not playing particularly well, I must say. Let's have a look at the tactic and see what we can do. No one is above a 6.9. Defensively they're alright, but certainly going forward we're not doing that well. Let's bring on Huntelaar up front. Why not? We'll change him from a deep lying forward to a poacher. Just leave him up there. Not really get himself involved in much of the game and see how he does up there. See if he can get us a goal in this game, because it's not been good so far. Well, there's been no highlights yet in this second half, so we're going to have to make some changes. Serdar's not playing well. We'll bring on Krunic for him. We'll also take off Hogg, and we'll put Sarr out on that right-hand side. I'm not quite sure what else to do, to be honest. Maybe we'll swap someone in the wing-back position. Bring on Kolasinac. See if that helps on that left-hand side instead of Mendel. Looks like it's not going to, though. The ball's swung in. It's cleared away by us. But hopefully we can maybe get the break on, and this isn't going to be a Leverkusen chance. Yes, indeed we can. Krunic intercepts the ball. He's clean through on goal. Can he finish? He's 1-on-1. Oh, he's wide of the goal. Oh, I think we're going to have to go and get our boys to learn how to finish, because no one is able to do that in this team, it would appear. That's just some pretty poor shooting from everyone, really, in this team. Vinicius Jr., normally the the culprit, but this time it was Krunic. A late free kick for us. Williams swings it and it's headed wide by Sané. And that's a goal kick, and it's going to be full time, and we've lost to Leverkusen 1-0. Another disappointing episode. In fact, the last few games have been very disappointing indeed, and that does leave us in 9th position. 5 points off of Champions League football. Not exactly what we were looking for. And if you look at the schedule recently, since that last episode, we've now had 4 games, 2 losses and 2 draws. Not very good at all. We do have a few more games that are slightly easier coming up. One against Augsburg and one against Arminia Bielefeld there, who are in 16th and 18th respectively. So hopefully we can do something in those ones. But we've got some tough games coming up, I must say. And started off, I thought this would be hard. Then I thought we were going to do well, but we've had a rough patch of form. And that's no good at all. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come back for the last few games before the winter break. We'll play against Arminia Bielefeld there. If I'm saying that wrong again, I apologise. I will probably have recorded the next one before you're able to tell me if I'm doing it wrong. So I might just call them Arminia, to be honest. And also, we've got the second round of the Cup, the Pokal there, against Freiburg, who, as you can see, are in the Bundesliga alongside us, and they're currently in 5th position, battling with us at the moment. They've lost 4 games, but they have won 5, including games up against Mainz and Bayer Leverkusen. They won 4-0 against Leverkusen, the team we just lost to, and Mainz down there in 12th position was a team I think we've beaten as well. Is that right? No, we've drawn with them. No, we've lost them. We lost 2-1 to them. So our 3 losses are against Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, and against Mainz. So it could be a tough cup tie, and that's why we'll come back for it, and we'll play the last league game before the winter break as well in there. If you have enjoyed this episode, even though I must say it's been 2 fairly boring and disappointing games, not many goals for you to see, please do leave a like on the video anyway if you have enjoyed or you're looking forward to the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss an episode. 11 AM Monday to Friday, and until the next one, we'll play that last game before the winter break and our second round match in the Cup. We'll see you then.